Welcome. We have a client spotlight here. We are joined by Tonya. Tonya and I go, I can't say way back, but like you've been one of the longer gym members, clients, just really just part of the atmosphere of Joe's gym for quite a while now. Phenomenal results. I mean, some of the before and afters, again, we'll post, maybe crazy results. What was the total weight from heaviest to lightest?
Oh boy. I think when I came in, I was sitting right around 200.
Yeah.
At my lightest, I was 139.
Okay, cool, cool. And that's what, and Tanya's a great example of like how you're supposed to do this. Like nobody gets to a specific weight and then like never goes back up either, because then she also got to the point where she's like, okay, now I really want to focus on muscle. Now, because it's like, these goals we say we have, they change. Oh man, I want to be really lean. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, wait, now I want to add quite a bit more muscle. Okay, now I want to do that. And then, and that's kind of the fun thing about it, is because you can create the shape and form and size and, kind of that look that somebody wants. And it's totally subjective to what we want. So, yeah, and she's a great example of that. Let's go back in time a little bit. You don't know me. You really weren't really part of a gym. Like, what was going on in your head? Kind of life in general. Where were you at mentally at that point to kind of like to reach out to actually make a change?
Well, growing up, I was an athlete. And, after having kids, I just kind of lost sight of, I guess, who I was because my time was more focused on kids and family.
Yeah.
So, when I started looking at myself in pictures that were being taken, I was just like, who is that person? Especially after baby number 4, I was just like, that's not me. And so when I actually stayed on Facebook quite a bit more, I would see stuff that people were posting, about you and the different programs that you offered. And so I'm like, okay, this is like April 2020. And I'm like, I've got to make a change. I'm unhappy with myself. None of I just couldn't find clothes that I felt comfortable in. And yeah, I just had to make a change. And then also at that point in time, shortly after, I started going through a divorce. So that kind of pushed me
Yeah.
further into it. It's like, I really got to make a lifestyle change. I want to show my kids what being happy and healthy is. So that was my drive right there.
And that's the cool thing you mentioned, again, kid number 4, like everybody always watches, like, yeah, but I bet she just had it easy. She probably didn't have a career and probably has all this money in the world. And they probably have a private chef. And, you're like, well, no, actually 4 kids and career. And, hell, half the time you'd be at my gym with your computer trying to get work done while you're at the gym, So I'm like, no,
Yep.
like it doesn't, it definitely did not come easy for you. I
No.
just, and nor should it. Nobody should expect it to come easy, otherwise it wouldn't have been as worth it. What along the way do you think that you learn most about yourself?
That I can do it.
Yeah.
It's mind over matter. I guess with some of the circumstances that were surrounding me at the time, I just had a lot of confidence issues and doubting myself, and then getting in there and just seeing how hard I could work and how far I could be pushed. And when I wanted to quit, you wouldn't let me give up. It's like, it really was mind over matter. It's like, I can do this. So with that, the confidence just kept building. And yeah, it made a
Yeah.
difference, not only in the gym, but just in life in general, because once your confidence grows, you kind of feel invincible.
I was going to say that you are in that class of friends of mine at this point that you can tell, like, again, you're happier. I mean, you were never a like a negative person. I mean, you were never that type of person, anyways. But it's just like, no, like, I mean, there is a big difference in just your attitude. And one of the things that you did probably as good, or maybe better than everybody else was you really embraced the gym atmosphere. You know, you became friends with the like-minded people that were, you know, making the same type of choices and decisions. And and yeah, that makes a difference. We have a Facebook group and we have coaching groups, we have all this stuff, and you participate in it, and it's like the more we engulf ourselves into things, otherwise, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
You made sure that this part of your life was kind of at the forefront of what you just did and kind of who you became.
Exactly. Well, it helped with mental health too. That's what I always said. I'm like, the gym is my happy place. After a long day of work, when I'm frustrated and I just need to get it all out, it's good to go in and throw around some weights.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're totally right. And it is. I mean, you walk in and it's, sometimes, and if you don't go to a gym like that, it's not like that's not, it's still not conducive, but it's like half the time it's like walking into my gym, it's like walking into like the old, that old sitcom Cheers, like
Yep.
Norm,
Where
it's like
everybody knows your name.
where everybody knows your name. I'm like, man, that'd be a hell of a name for a gym, but maybe not the best marketing. Yeah, just not quite the same thing. But yeah, I mean, you have definitely done a very, very good job of that. What would you tell somebody that's kind of in the same position that you were in, again, because they're nervous, they're struggling? I mean, we've talked to moms all day long. It's like very, very similar story. Well, they just don't understand my situation. My kids need me right now. And again, yes, your kids need you. Yes, absolutely. That's not, we never say, go lock them in a box and, go to the gym, start cooking your food and, dieting and start changing your life. And, while neglecting them. That is never a intelligent thing to do. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're nervous, they're scared, and I've said this, it's they know they need to do something, but they're terrified to make a mistake. Maybe they've tried 6 or 7 or 8 or 12 things in the past that didn't work, or maybe they did lose some weight but it came back, and then right, they don't want that false start again. Like, what would you tell somebody advice wise?
I would just definitely say trust the process. Nothing's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
easy. Um, you've got to definitely make time for yourself, because if you don't
There
make
goes my
time for
dogs.
yourself, I mean, especially as a mom, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you're
Yeah,
drained mentally, physically, emotionally, like, you've got to pour into yourself in order to be able to take care of your kids. And I mean, what a better example than showing them a good, healthy lifestyle? With the good, healthy lifestyle comes a better mindset. With the better mindset comes better mental health. So you're really encompassing it all together and making that step. And it's so worth it.
do you notice that with your kids? Because I mean, I've seen them. I kind of try to watch, a little bit too. And you've got quite the span and age range as well too.
Yes, yes. Oh, definitely. I mean, um, my son, he's 17 now, um, getting ready to go into the army. And when I started getting into lifting, he really started getting more into lifting. And so that made me proud. And I've seen such a huge change in just him alone. I mean, he used to be this short little round thing, and now he's just tall and lean and muscular. And, that's his happy place too. He loves going to the gym. And then same thing with, I say, my youngest, Addie. She loves to be in there. Anybody that's been in the gym will see her running around in there, but she always says, "Mommy, can I work out with you?" So just seeing that, and, getting them to eat, they like the healthy foods. I mean,
Really?
they still get their treats, but they will 9 times out of 10, like if I make a grilled chicken, they're like, "Oh, can I have that?"
Really?
They see what I'm eating, so they want that. So it's like that example is there.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. What are their favorite foods?
Oh goodness, Adeline loves chicken. She
Yeah.
was she was honestly my hardest one in the beginning. She would eat lots of fruits and veggies, but getting
Yeah.
her to eat meat was really hard. Um, and then Tatum, really, she likes about anything. She likes her good old hamburgers, and I'm trying to get her to do monster mash. I still haven't sold her on the onions and the peppers, but like just good old hamburger. I can get her to eat her vegetables, like my cauliflower. I like my cauliflower rice.
Well, that's cool. Man, again, all the before and afters and what you've been able to do, you know, I'm sure you see it. I'm sure you get comments. I'm sure you get people to message you, but it's like, I have tons of people message me like, I want to do what she did, and it's just, because I get, I'm the one who kind of posts most of this stuff, so I get
Right.
the message, I want to do what she did, that one girl. And it's, because you know what, man, I can, I think I can relate to her. And that's why I say, like, I talk to people all the time about this, but it's like, sometimes we have to take ourselves out of it and be like, look, if I can go change my life, because most people were inspired by some kind of before and after picture.
Yeah.
I'm not one to say before and after pictures should like define us, because again, I mean, half the people see my before and afters and it's like, gee, what are you going to be today? Are you bulking? Are you like, I've gone from so many different sizes of clothes because I never stay anywhere. And I don't think anybody should. Again, you're not ever going to arrive. It is not going to happen. You're never going to arrive at a physique that you can just say, oh, okay, now it's just time to maintain. I'm happy. And this is going to be it. You're always going to be oscillating back and forth. And again, you've been a great example of that. You've had multiple different goals and modes of where you're at in your fitness journey. And it's just been awesome to see.
Yep. It's
And I
been a fun.
know, just like anything, you're not done.
Oh, heck no. We're in the building more muscle phase now.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's
it's
cool.
crazy what your body can do.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
that.
It absolutely is. Well, hey, we appreciate the heck out of you, especially for what you've done for our environment.
Absolutely. I love it. And thank you
Have
guys.
a good night.